The Waste No Water Challenge is well underway here at the Weather Channel as we compete to see who can reduce their water footprint the most. But we also want to see how you are saving water at home.
Well, we need some ideas, right?
Yeah,
well, one
we do.
person who has taken great strides to save the planet is YouTuber Curtin, who is living off the grid in Kentucky. And for some of us, getting our water means just flipping on a faucet, right? But your water usage comes from the clouds, primarily from rainwater. So can you tell us how you happen to be collecting it?
Yeah, absolutely. So we use rainwater for all of our water in our house, and it's actually really simple when you start to get into it. So we just have gutters hooked up to our roof, so it covers all areas of our roof, and then that just flows into a water tank that's down by our house where it stores the water as it's raining. And then as soon as that tank is full, we use a little gasoline water pump to pump it up about 50 feet above our cabin where that water is stored in a 2,000-gallon water tank, and then our house is plumbed as normal, and anytime we need water, it can just be gravity fed down to the house from our 2,000-gallon water tank. So it's really simple. It actually didn't take much time at all, and it works great for us so far.
So are you ever worried about if you go through a dry spell and don't have enough water? Do you have a backup plan for that?
Yeah, so that definitely is something that can happen. We're really lucky because where we live in Kentucky, we actually get on average about 3 inches of rain every month. We did set this up in March, so we haven't lived through the winter, but we do have a backup water source using a spring that is on our property, and we pump water up that way. So that's what we were using at first, but the rain catchment has been much simpler. And so hopefully as we go through the winter months, we'll still get those 3 inches of rainfall, which is a perfect amount for us. We've never ran out so far, so it's been good so far.
You know, it seems so many of us that are participating in this are kind of shocked about the amount of water that we use, right?
Yes.
So you personally, how do you calculate how much water you typically need per month?
Yeah, so we had to do all these calculations before we decided how big of a water tank we wanted or needed and how much water we'd be getting per month to see what we could actually live off of. We just Googled it at first to see, like, on average, how much does someone use per day? And then we thought, that's an astronomical amount of water. So for us, we just have a kitchen sink, a bathroom sink, a shower, and a toilet. So our water consumption is actually pretty low because we are very hyper aware of how much water we're using at all times because we know where our water comes from and because we know we have a limited amount. So we're turning off the water when we're brushing our teeth. We're turning off the water when we're washing our hair in the shower and those sorts of things because we are always aware of how much water we have. But with that being said, we also sometimes have a surplus of water and we get to spoil ourselves and take a longer shower because we know there's rain in the forecast. So ahead of time, we had to do the math to see how much water we thought we would use and be sure that we had enough storage so that we could capture that amount of water to last us until it should rain again.
Allie, we only about 30 seconds left. Do you have any tips for people that aren't off the grid, but, you know, still living on the grid?
Yeah, absolutely. I would say the biggest thing is it's so simple to catch rainwater. Just set some barrels under your gutters and use it to water your garden or feed your animals and different things like that. It is such a simple fix that anyone can do to conserve water on a daily basis.
Allie Curtin, we love it.
Absolutely.
That was so interesting.
It was.
And so impressive too, by the way.
Very impressive. Curtin, thanks so much for speaking with us this morning.